All right, so is it possible to trick the YouTube algorithm ethically and not get in trouble to where you can blow up your YouTube channel? Well, I think there is. And I'm actually gonna walk you through it here today. And I've got my little handy dandy little whiteboard here, and I've broken it all down. And this is the 5-step flywheel. Now, again, this is not black hat. This is totally ethical, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. Now, let me just remind you also that it just takes one video to really blow up your channel. And I don't mean going viral. I look at it as going microviral. And we've got videos on this channel that have crossed 100,000 views. So not too bad, but each of those videos would have gotten us to monetization. So just keep that in mind. It only takes one video to blow up your channel. But we're gonna actually talk about 3 specific videos that you can create. And I'm gonna give you the 5-step process right here. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, so the first thing here is we need to plan for 3 videos, okay? We're gonna plan for 3 videos. And I'm gonna explain why and why this is really important over here when we have those 3 videos. But let's talk about the actual videos. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think to yourself, inside of your niche right now, what are 3 videos that you could plan out that would be linked together, kind of like a little mini series. So let me give you an example of what this would look like if you were in the tomato growing niche. Let's say that your very first video is going to be the 5 biggest mistakes that tomato growers are making. All right, that would be the first video. And what you would do is you would explain the 5 mistakes. Now, inside of that video, one of those mistakes, you can probably go a little bit deeper. So let's say that one of the mistakes was they're not using the right kind of organic fertilizer. And so what you would do is you would create another video that would say something like this: choosing the best organic fertilizers to grow bigger tomatoes. That would be another video. And you're gonna see where this kind of all fits together here in a second, but that would be another video that if someone was watching the one video, they would be interested in the other video. Now let's go back to video number 1 and let's say, okay, what is another one of those mistakes that we could then go a little bit deeper in? Well, let's say that it's protecting your tomato plants from insects, because that's probably a common problem. How to protect your tomato plants from insects. And then you might even put in brackets, organically. So do you see how they all fit really well together? If someone watched video number 1, the 5 biggest mistakes, there's a good chance they might be interested in the fertilizer one or the insects one. Or someone comes in on the insects one and then they see the 5 biggest mistakes. Do you see how everything kind of fits together? That's what we want to do, is we want to plan out what are the 3 videos that we are going to create as a new channel or as a smaller channel. Now, I do want to bring up a very, very important piece here that I don't want to leave out. And that is, when you are planning those 3 videos, I would start with an outlier title. And you can find these either in your niche or outside of your niche. And what that basically means is you're looking for titles that did well for a small channel, okay, small number of subscribers, but a higher view count. So an example would be, let's say a channel has 1,000 subscribers, but they have a video that got 30,000 views. That would be an outlier title. So you want to start looking for those titles. And once you start to find these, you're going to be able to incorporate them into your videos and making them work. Now, if you would like to receive 10 of our top outlier titles that we've used on multiple niches, well, go ahead and put hooks in the comments and I'll send you a copy of that. I actually broke these down and show you how you can adapt them to almost any niche. I give you multiple examples. Just put hooks in the comments and I'll send you a copy of that. Okay, so the second part of this little strategy here, okay, is going to be the thumbnail. All right, the thumbnail is going to be extremely important. Now, how does this trick the algorithm? It's really giving the algorithm what it actually wants. Number 1, it wants you to find topics and titles that are going to pertain to a specific niche. From there, the thumbnail's job is going to get a higher click-through rate. This is what the algorithm can see. It can see a title and it can see a thumbnail click-through rate. That's what we want to give it. So it's extremely important to do this. And I'll give you one little tip on the thumbnails. Keep them simple. Simple nowadays is converting way better. And don't put so much text on the thumbnail that people have to read and understand what it says. You want people to actually see the expression on the person's face or the plant that is dying or whatever. And then you want 1, 2, or maybe 3 words that is going to invoke curiosity. That's going to get someone to want to know how this thing actually works or how did this thing happen. That's what you want to do in those thumbnails to increase your click-through rate. So that way there, it signals the algorithm that, oh, people are clicking on this. Now, although that's extremely important because we want high click-through rates, there's another thing that we need to keep in mind that the algorithm loves, and that is in step number 3. So let's get to that. All right, so intro, hook, retention. Okay, so we have a great title for these videos, and the algorithm is showing it to audiences that are potentially interested in what we have to offer. The thumbnail is going to get the attention, the curiosity, get the click. And then from there, our next job is to get that retention, to get people to stick around. And the first 10 seconds is probably the most important. And then getting the next 20 seconds, so getting 30 seconds total. And that is going to increase the duration that people are watching. And that's also going to signal the algorithm that this is a video that we should keep promoting. We should keep pushing out to other audiences. So do you see how this is all working so far? We're creating pieces of content that our audience actually wants, but we're not guessing at what they want. We're doing the research and we're finding those outlier titles, and then we're getting them to click, and then we're getting them to want to watch more because it's good content. But I have to remind you, if we don't have a good title, none of this stuff is going to matter. And that's why we focus so much of our time on finding those outlier titles. And once again, if you want that swipe file of those 10 top titles that we have used, go ahead and put hooks in the comments and I'll send it to you. All right, step number 4, and this one here is super important. And that is we want to post these videos as soon as possible. And I would say within 1 week's time. And the reason why is because we want those out there. So if someone finds the one, they're going to get linked to the other. Or if they find video number 2, they're going to be linked to video number 3. Because what we're going to do in step 5 is we're going to tie all these videos together. All right. But it's extremely important that we get these videos up. So I want you in your mind to think to yourself, you're going to get these videos recorded and ready to be published, and then you are going to strategically post them within 1 week. All right, step number 5 is we're going to link everything together. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to create a playlist. And that playlist, we're also going to name it strategically. So it might be how to grow bigger tomatoes in 2025. And then any videos that you create that could be in that playlist, you're going to add to it. But right now we're going to have 3. So here's the cool thing. When someone finds your video in a playlist, they are now in that playlist, and the next video that comes up will be your video automatically. It's extremely important that you understand that now we have bingeable content. One little bonus tip that I would give you is at the very end of your videos, even if the video isn't uploaded yet, I would say something like this. So we talked about how important fertilizer is, right? Well, it's so important that I shot a video right here that walks you through how to get the best organic fertilizer for cheap. Watch that video next and I'll see you there. That's how you would do that, all right? Because it's extremely important that we direct people to the next video. And then that's going to have someone go from that video to the next video and to the next video. Now just think about this for a second. You just created 3 videos that someone could watch all 3. What is that going to do when the algorithm sees that people are watching multiple videos of yours? It's going to elevate your channel. It's also going to get you more views from that one viewer. Okay, so they're gonna watch one video, they might watch the second, they might come back the next time and watch the second or third, or they might come back and watch a brand new one now because they are a subscriber, because you delivered a great series that they benefited from. Now, like I said, right? Titles are the most important part of this piece. We got to get that right. And that's why I shot a video right here that shows you those 10 titles that I was talking about, but I give you even more examples on how to adapt them to multiple niches. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. You see how that worked? Go watch that video. You'll see. Watch that video.